Hi guys, it's Mark from the Servory 16 in France, and today we're gonna take a look at the King Motor Explorer. What the hell is that car? King Motor is a brand. We don't know really if they make some clones from our car. By King Motor Rowan you can get HPI Baja copies, you can get low Z5T buggies copies, you can even get MTD stuff. And the question is that the original manufacturer who just make the stuff for the order, and did they use the industry that they have for them to do their own stuff with weaker plastics? That's the bigger problem from Rowan King Motor. You never has the plastic quality from HPI, from MCD or from Lozi. We also noticed that on the Lozi copy and Rowan you have some different size on A-arms, axles or some stuff. The precision from the mount is also not so good, and they also do some 1/8, 1/7 scale stuff. They reproduce the HPI C1 flux. Quality is clearly not there from the plastics, but the alloy are okay, and we're gonna see if the differential stuff, the steel hardness, the precision from all that is well okay. But they do something never seen before. No other brand does this, and this is a super cool idea. We have here a 1/7 car, a rally car. And I really love this. It's based on the Apache C1 copy, and I want to get it just for the body. I don't want the car. I want at the beginning just the body from the car, because here in Alsace, my country, we have someone who makes unbreakable bodies, so I can give it to him, he can mold it, and we can get the body which is on this car to put on Subaru GTB, Serpent LVB, Subaru Hyper 8SC, Timesso SC8, Timesso DB8, T-Magic S, and all the 360 to 380 millimeters long wheelbase 1/8 scale cars in Unbreakable to have something new. And here is that car. I had to buy the whole car because I not just found the body alone. And for my big surprise, I will show you, I get something special. We have here the Subaru Vrx Rally. Looks really nice. The body is well done. You have the big rear ring. You become all the sticker shit with the car. That's something I not expected, to have such cool stickers here. The quality is really okay. It's really like the HPI original one or other brands. This is for that car with the Subaru sticker set. That's super nice, because here in Europe we love rally cars. And then as I put the box open, I get another sticker sheet who's not Subaru, so I think, what the hell is that? And I get the Ford logos. So I think, man, they surely not use the Ford stickers on the Subaru. And no, as I lift the body up, from a big surprise, I get underneath a Ford Fiesta Carol. That's just a big, super nice surprise. You get the rear wing also for the Ford Fiesta, and that's a nice move from them. It's just a Lexan, and to not just have the screws directly in the top and destroy the body when you overroll, it's put on a big Lexan part. You can just here put on with double side tape, which provide in the box. That's nice. And you have also the whole sticker sheet on this body. So that was a cool surprise. Then I have on the car the golden rims who goes to the Subaru bodies. And I also get, that's another surprise, the white rims. They reproduce the one from the WR8 flux the little 1/9 scale rally car from HPI, the compound style rubber. Also maybe Traxxas does something in that style for the rally cars, but the rubber feels really good. The rim is soft, that's also good for a rally car. The size is nice to fit in the body, and because it's so nice to touch, I open one to see what the fact is. This is the RTR version, so I have no electronics. Maybe the RTR are glued, the RTR are not glued on, and I was first surprised on the quality from the body. It's a super soft Lexan. The forward body is a little bit tougher, but also feels good. In the most of the time when we take bodies on AliExpress or something, we have some strange weak Lexans who really break fast, and this really not feels so. Also, I was happy to get this quality of compound. Maybe 4S maximum and 6S will maybe balloon, but if I drive 6S, I drive on road, so I will drive it with my Louis Duratrex Termax tires, were the same size. And the other cool stuff is the foam. They do a foam like we get in the 1/5 scale cars. It's just a blast. So I will take a look if I can find some foams alone from that to put in my other cars, because I really like this compound. Lexan quality, I would say, super flex and smooth. The paint job is well done also. And we have HPI Apache C1 chassis style. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I don't know also if the quality from the chassis, it's 6061 alloy, but they don't speak about the hardened class. I don't know if it's T6 or something or not. We're gonna show. I think so. I just squeeze the car together that it's the same quality that Armor and Corelli, and also on the original Apache, but I only want to see that when I have drive it and crash it. Shock towers X, also the shaft holder, are all from 6061 alloy. Also the Ackerman plate. Shock tower looks a little bit small. It's 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters, but it's how to say? I forget the name to make this in the alloy. Down to 3 millimeters, but we have a good feeling by trying to bend it. It's also a rally car, so I don't gonna bash hard with the car. I'm gonna drive most of the time on road or in smooth surface off road. If I go off road with the car, I know that the Warren King Motor plastics are not so good than the other ones. You see it here, look at that. You can even bend the chassis stiffener on sidewise. That's something I never see on another car. I'm gonna look if I can get the original HPI one from the T1 Flux to put in. The A-arms are tools from the Buggy Hot Bodies V8. I have one upstairs. I have to get it to compare it, to show it what is fact. The shocks are made of steel but with plastic caps. Here also, if the plastics are good, you will have no issue with that, but if the plastics are bad, we will have some issue, but will be easy to replace with alloy shock caps. The most important thing for me is that the driveline is the same quality than the original HPI one. If that is the case, we will have no more, I will be happy with the car. How I say, I don't want that car, I just want the body, but I get no other issue to get the body than to buy the whole car, so I get it. And of course we're gonna drive it and surely have some fun with. An important thing, if you get the car, open all the differentials They are filled all up with oil, but I see it on the French unboxing, so I open the rear differential. On the German version I put the differential again together, so I'm gonna unscrew in the English version the center differential to show you. Oh no, we're gonna open the front. So easy to open. It's not a new competition car, so you have no fast access like you get on Arma or Corelli or Techno RC, TMS or Hongnor and all that stuff. Here I'm just gonna untighten it a little bit. I have seen that we have an issue. Gonna take that away. With the drive cups. There where the drive cups go in the differential is absolutely no grease. That means the drive cups are going hard. Of course, if you're going to drive after the first run, maybe they're gonna be nice loose, but you already maybe have destroyed a little bit from your steel. I already have done the rear. Look at, we have the same oil in the rear and the front. Look at here, we are really nice and smooth, and in the front it's really harder. I'm really confident in the alloy parts, but I'm really not trust that plastic parts from Rowan King Motors. We're gonna see what happened with that. So, coming out. So, you see, it's not the fastest way to go to a differential, but it's a car for, it's not a competition car, so for me it's not a problem. I just gonna change my oil that time, then I gonna maybe drive only 4S in that car, and next time I will open it will maybe be in a year or before, if I have an issue with transmission, or if I really have done 50 or 100 runs with the car, so I can show you the inside. We have here, like the hot body version, the same differential, but I don't know, how I said before, if it's the same quality. Here you see it go really hard, and not because of the oil. They say it's 10,000 CST in the oil, in the differentials, so it's normally this smooth. Every time I use my screwdriver I have to laugh, because here in France we have so many people who claim that you not have to use your screwdriver to undo your car or rebuild it. But do you really think that in China the Chinese worker put your car together from just with a screwdriver from hand? Did you imagine the forearms they will have? The only thing you have to do with the screwdriver is, when you put the stuff together, use here the that one, so it never will be too tight, and finish to tighten with your hands if you not use it to take some tools to work. So you see here we have really oil in there, some fluid oils, not hard oil. I'm gonna put here some hard oil in the front. Originally it comes with 10,000, 10,000, 5,000 CST. I'm gonna drive this car on road, so I will put 100, 150 CST in the front, 300 CST in the center, and 10,000 in the rear. And there you see it's go hard because of that. look at that. Here we go. You have no oil and no grease here, and it's not the only brand who have this issue. Many brands don't put here grease or oil, even if in the manuals they tell you to put oil or grease here. So I can only tell you, if you buy a Subaru, Arma, Rally, open it and put here some oil or grease, depending what you like. And maybe it's gonna be hard because the adjustments are not the best. And the other stuff is that one. Look at, if I put the O-ring away, it works perfectly. In the rear it was not the case. I have really a hard point, so I have to do something. And here what's hard is that car. That little guy here is too hard. But that's not bad, because maybe after one time running it will be better. But what you have to look at is, if after one running you have two choices: or it's better, or the oil is out from the differential because this part is too bad quality. So I don't gonna change. I can change it immediately, but I don't gonna do that, because it will be no more a stock driving test. I just will change my oils, so the car will drive the way I like to drive it, and then we're gonna drive all rest stock to take a look what happens with the wear in these parts. If the parts are really so good than the original one, if the parts are better, if I can get original parts from Hot Bodies or HPI to replace it. It's clear, from the money wise, it's not a game to take that car and upgrade it with better parts. You better buy another car. But I just want the Subaru body. And now I have the car we will have fun with. On an on-road car, it's important that your driveline is really tough, because you have the same stress on an on-road driveline that you have on a monster truck. Monster truck have big heavy tires, so they need a beefy driveline. And on-road, when you drive really not just rally but on-road with really good tires, you need a really tough driveline, because with the grip, with the hard on throttle going, with the hard brake going, you will really fast destroy your drive cups, your CVD pins, and also in the differential you have big heats because of that old stress. So it's really important to have a super tough drivelines. Shock wise, I'm really happy out from the box. We are hard in the front, a little bit softer in the rear, and I put even on the unboxing video the weight in if I have the electronic, and the suspension on the table looks really great. So I will let the suspension stock. I will put an 4S electronic in the car who can handle 6S. But maybe I'm gonna drive a 4S ESC Hobbywing XR8 Plus with the turbo timing on, and a 1800 kV motor with not too big pinion, because when the car is finished, maybe you're gonna weigh about 4.5 kilograms to 5 kilograms. So I prefer to drive 6S with lower kV to have a longer run time, less heat on motor and lipo. But with the turbo timing, that's the cool stuff. You can drive still 4S and have on a straight line the power from a 6S, and in all the rest from the track you can drive it smooth and not use too much power. At that time we also get so bigger, cooler battery than we have before back in the time. I see the last time a new 9000 milliamps battery with 670 grams. That means the battery is not heavier than a 6S with 4500 amps, and in high voltage. So that would be also a cool thing to try. I don't know. Back to the mechanic from the car. you have the typical HPI battery pack for Forza Flux. That's awesome. You can change the length, you can change the breadth. I love this LiPo tray. You have also all the room for your wires. You can put two 2S, two 3S, one 4S, one 6S, what you want in this battery tray. It's a really amazing battery tray. I use it in the most of the time on my 1/5 scale when I drive 3 6S. I drive 80S in my 6 scale and my 1/5 scale cars, so I use the most of the time for the Flux battery tray. You have the ESC tray apart here, screw it on. You also see that the weight is not like the most of the truggy or short cars absolutely in the front. It's a little bit in the middle, so it will be a little bit different to drive. It's also cool to have. I have the SC8 with the all weight 4. I have the Hyper 8AC with the weight distribution a little bit different because the motor is in the rear. I have the T-Magic, and now I have this car in 375mm wheelbase. So I will have a cool comparison between all that cars. I become the servo riff from King Motor. It's a 13 kilo servo. I don't gonna use it. I'm gonna put it out. I will use this servo for a wind play for kit and put my own servo in. You have a plastic spool gear, but you get with the car the steel spool gear if you have an issue with that. And maybe you're gonna get it because the receiver box is really back here. That means if you send some gravel here, it will land here and it can't go out. So that may be gonna be an issue. I will surely make some Lexan protection here up on so I don't have that. I love plastic spool gear because it's noiseless. What's a little bit from the old technique is the motor mount. You have no slide to put the motor out from the side. Each time you will change the pinion mesh, the pinion setup or something, you have to unscrew the old receiver servo box. It's fast, you have only 3 screws, it's not a problem. And it's a car for fun, it's not a competition car, so personally, most of the time I choose a setup, I try it. If I'm not happy, just go a little bit more or a little bit smaller on the pinion gear. And once I have the setup I like, I do not more touch anymore my car, I just drive it. Price wise, it's not so cheap. I paid 350 euro for that car. I'm happy to get 8 tires and 2 body within because in normal case I drive Hopar on road for 250 euros. You have better driveline, better plastics, but how to say, no other brand do that and have that choice of body, so I had to test it because I love these sports. I love RC, so I had to buy it. I see you next time on a track with the car. Not so fast because I really have a lot to do, and I will give the body to the guys who make the unbreakable body. So it's gonna take maybe also a few weeks, so they have molded it and test it and try it. If I am lucky, I will get one for the first ride, so I don't gonna destroy my super nice Subaru body. Okay, I don't like the Ford body because of the colors. Not I have nothing against Ford. So I maybe gonna drive the Ford body on road and the time they done the mold. If you have one, if you have experience with King Motor Rowan parts, share with us. I also like forget this side here panel. Because if I put the unbreakable body on the top, I have here the front foam who goes under the hood. We have the side, we also can put some foam here, also can put some foam on the back, and I will have an on-road car. I can really drive a little bit harder with my body, so we can a little bit do some stock cars. Bye guys.